All right, we continue now with the first of the personal athletic inductees. We're going to begin with Katie Tone, the class of 1999. She was a three-sport star: volleyball, basketball, and softball. She earned 11 varsity letters, which means she was playing varsity as a freshman in every sport but one. Gives you a sense of just how talented and what an athlete she was. She was the 1999 winner of the Lester E. Levy Scholar Athlete Award. In 1996, she was on the team that won the Division II North Champions. She was a Cape Ann League NSVL Volleyball All-Star back in 1998. 1999, she was on the team that won the Division III State Champion softball team. She was a four-time Cape Ann League All-Star and a three-time Cape Ann League All-Star as well. She had a .515 batting average in softball, and she had 144 career hits. And right now, she's the head softball coach at Arlington Catholic. Ladies and gentlemen, Katie Tone, newest member of the Hall of Fame.
Thank you very much. It's really an honor to be inducted into the Hornet Hall of Fame. I really enjoyed every second that I played in high school, and I'm very grateful for the award tonight. I'd just like to thank my family, friends, teachers, and coaches who are here tonight. I'd also like to thank my teammates, and a special thanks to my mom and dad for all their support, especially my dad. All right, well, thank you.
Congratulations, Katie Tone. Our next inductee is a man by the name of Stephen Capizzuto. He was class of 1988. You know, Stephen's sports were baseball and basketball, but it was on the diamond where he really made his mark. And when you listen to these numbers, you'll understand what I'm talking about. He pitched 4 no-hitters. In 1988, he was a Cape Ann League Most Valuable Player. He had a career pitching record of 20-4. He was a Division III All-Scholastic, which means he was smart too, good on the field, and he has a brain, which is great. In 1988, he had an 11-1 record, and his ERA was a school record .53, and he batted .352 in his senior year. So, really all-around kid. Stephen Capizzuto, newest member of the Hall of Fame. Stephen.
I want to thank the committee for voting me in today. It's truly an honor. I'm very humbled to be here with everybody. I wanted to ask the committee, how many of us are actually getting inducted tonight? 10? The reason why I asked that is when I was leaving my house, my mother-in-law was watching my 3-year-old daughter, who we couldn't bring for obvious reasons. And my mother-in-law asked me how many people are getting indicted tonight, so I said, hopefully not too many. So, I have some just great memories of playing baseball and basketball here at North Reading High, and aside from thanking the committee, I want to thank both my parents, my father for taking me out as a young little boy out in the yard and throwing the ball and teaching me how to hit and catch and throw. And I need to thank my mother for driving me all over the town to my practices and my games, and just when I wanted to go to the park and play with all my friends. I also want to thank Coach Keary for teaching me at a higher level once I got to high school. And also I want to thank my wife, even though she has nothing to do with me being up here. I just figure if I don't thank her, I'm going to be in a lot of trouble later tonight. Thank you, hon. I have 2 quick stories to tell about Coach Keary. And one of them was the state tournament. We were playing St. Clements. And we had a game the next day against St. Mary's, who had won something like 45 straight games and 2 straight state championships. So Coach Keary was going to hold me to the next day to pitch. So we jumped out early on St. Clements and scored 5 runs in the first inning. St. Clements scored a couple runs, and we kept scoring every inning. Problem was St. Clements was too. And in the 4th inning, St. Clements got bases loaded, nobody out, and Coach Keary came out to the mound and he pulled me in to get into relief, and I got them out, got the 3 guys out. Next inning, the starting pitcher came back in and started the inning. And again, they scored some runs, got bases loaded, nobody out. Coach Carey came out, brought me into relief again. I was playing shortstop and got the 3 guys out. Next inning, this is a true story, by the way. 6th inning, same thing happened. Brought me in from shortstop, get them out. 7th inning, same thing. 8th inning, bases loaded, nobody out. Coach Carey comes out. Umpire comes out and says, no. He's not getting any warm-up pitches. And Coach Carey goes, what are you talking about? He's coming into relief. No, this is getting ridiculous. He's coming 4 straight innings. He's not getting any warm-up pitches. So Coach Carey starts arguing with the guy, and I'm standing on the pitcher's mound not knowing what to do. So Coach Carey starts walking away from the mound, and he's arguing with the guy, and he's luring the umpire with him. And as the umpire is walking away with him, he looks at me and goes, throw. So I get on the mound, and I'm throwing. Now, Coach Carey positions himself so he can see me, and the umpire's back is to me. And I'm throwing my warm-up pitches. Carey's looking at me, and I look at Coach Carey, and he nods to me like, you all set? I go, I'm good. He goes, the umpire goes, you win. Story doesn't end there. I ended up getting out of that inning, and then in the ninth inning, same thing. I go out to shortstop to stop the inning. St. Clements gets bases loaded, nobody out. Now, when I pitched, I had 2 gloves. I had a shortstop glove and I had a pitcher's glove. So each inning, when Coach Carey came out, he had to bring my pitching glove out to the mound to bring me in. I'd give him my shortstop glove. He'd give me the pitching glove, and we'd exchange gloves. The 9th inning. Now here we go from the 4th through the 9th. You're talking 5 innings of me coming into relief. Instead of coming out to the mound, Coach Carey goes, timeout. Umpire calls timeout. He grabs my glove and he goes, just whips it out to the pitcher's mound like a hand grenade. You remember that. But on a serious note, when I was 15 years old, I was with the varsity, and it was our 2nd day of practice, and we're sitting in the gym, and Coach Carey sat us down and he explained the program and what he was going to teach us. And he started, he talked about baseball, and he's going to teach us to hit, to throw, to run, and play the game correctly. But then he started talking about how what he's going to teach us in his program in baseball, we weren't just going to learn playing baseball, we were going to carry it out throughout our lives. And we were going to learn how to be a team, and how to be an individual, and how to be leaders. And he was talking about all these very deep things that when I was 15 years old, I was shaking my head saying, what the hell is he talking about right now? I want to play baseball. And I really had no idea what he was talking about, but he said one thing. He said, what I'm going to teach you in my program, you're going to carry on through your professional life and as an adult and as a parent. And again, I really had no idea what he was saying. And it's probably the first thing I forgot he ever said, but it's definitely without a doubt the one thing I remember he said, because I've carried it on throughout my life, and it was so true. I've learned how to be a team with my work, my profession, family, friends, and he didn't teach us just about baseball. He taught us about life at a young age, and we really didn't even know it. But I know it, and I carried it on, and thank you.
Stephen Capizzuto. Our next inductee is Rich DiStefano, class of 1991, who was a star at North Reading High School in wrestling and in track. And here are his numbers. In 1991, he was the state and sectional wrestling champion at 189 pounds. In 1991, he was the Class D shot put state champion. 1990, he was the runner-up sectional and state tournament wrestler at 189 pounds. In 1990 to 1991, he was the Cape Ann League wrestling champion at 189. And in 1991, he was the school outdoor track shot putter, and he set a record in 1991 with a distance of 50 feet, 11 inches. And these are just some of the reasons why tonight Rich DiStefano is the newest member of the North Reading High School Hall of Fame. Rich, come on up.
All right, I have a couple notes here. I'll be quick. It's getting late. So first, I just want to thank the North Reading Hall of Fame committee It's a great event. It's unbelievable. There's probably a couple hundred people here. Goes to show how great the community in North Reading is. It's really unique, I think, compared to other towns. And you see the people here and gathering, and it's really a good event. I'd like to also congratulate all the other Hall of Fame inductees. Congratulations. I'd like to thank Sean for coming up here. I'd like to also thank my friends. I was kind of surprised. Got Carmine out there, John, Mike, Sean. If I'm missing anybody over there? I don't think I got everybody. Aldo. How can I forget Aldo? So, really a great surprise. I appreciate it. You know, I've been with those friends since you know, as freshmen or since elementary school, some of them, and here we are 30 years later. We're still hanging out. So, I'd like to also thank my coaches, Eric Johnson, Bubba, everyone knows him, Billy Cotter, Wayne Motor, Mr. Cleary, and Mr. Davis, who was my track coach. Mr. Davis, I don't think you were a thrower in high school or anything, but I'll tell you, he personally took the time when I was throwing the shot put to actually come over and coach me and teach me, and he actually got me to add actually probably 3 or 4 feet on and help me win a lot of meets and stuff. So I really appreciate him taking the time and coming over here and actually personally tutoring me, and John. He was on the track team too. So I appreciate that. Thank you. I'd like to thank my sister and her husband for coming. If it wasn't for wrestling, I wouldn't have gone into WPI because I really didn't have the grades. So that's for sure. I think what happened was I had transferred there, and my dad, I applied to a couple of different schools. My dad wanted me to go to WPI, and he said, just apply there. He applied. He called the coach over there, said I was applying. The coach, Coach Grubner, knew who I was. He went over to the admissions office and said, let this guy in. I don't think they were going to let me in without a couple phone calls and stuff. And the reason I mention that is, without going to WPI, I would have never met my wife, Patty, and have my 2 great kids, Megan, who said I had to mention her name, and and Rich, too. But most of all, I want to thank my biggest fans, which were my parents. They put up with me, and if you don't know wrestling, you cut weight, which is not pleasant. So they put up with me not eating for 3 or 4 days at a time, which a 17-year-old boy that doesn't eat for 3 or 4 days can get pretty grumpy. They never missed a meet. They went to all my meets.